I did. I ended up calling the police. As a black grandmother, you know, when I made that 911 call, baby, when I tell y'all, I laid that out because they kept asking me, is he aggressive? Do he have any weapons? So he going through some things right now, and it just disheartens me because I feel so powerless. Mrs. Mom, and he don't know how to deal with these feelings. Your body's beat. Ooh. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. Today is Wednesday. It's Wednesday? Yeah, July 16th. Yeah, good morning. Oh, gosh. First of all, if you're new here and you were just channel surfing and you happen to come across this video, hey boo. I am arms wide open. And if you're a returning subscriber, my girls, my boo, hey boo. There's a miracle in this room with my name on it. There's a breakthrough, it's got my name on it. So I'm up this morning. I don't have anything planned today. I wanted to talk about, I put up a short saying pray for me, right? And, oh, these flies be so disrespectful. You know, it's not anything per se with me, you know. Oh, there go a red robin. Hey, Ma. Oh, just pretty bright red, too. Oh, so pretty. But, you know, my grandson has been having some issues missing his mom. And, well, all the kids have, you know. But, you know, younger kids adapt and adjust very well, you know. I even notice, like, sometimes when she'll call, they be like, hi, Ma. I love you, Ma. And, you know, she'll still be talking, and they'll be done darted off to another room going to do whatever they were doing, you know. They're very resilient. Terrence, on the other hand, has, he's trying to find a way, and it's been 2 years, he's still trying to find a way to adjust and adapt to his mom not being here. Along with other issues, right? So, that bird is so beautiful. Well, get on up there so you can show me how pretty you is. This is red, bright red. Just dancing in front of me. They say a red bird is someone who transition is coming back. You know, coming back through, say hi. So whenever I see a red robin, a red bird, I always think of my mom. And it always brings me right back into a peaceful mode, no matter what it is I got going on. So, I had an incident with Terrence, and, you know, it's no shame in mental health. It's not. You know, I don't even know if I want to do this video. Let me just say, I've been having some issues with Terrence. I'm here for him. I support him in whatever it is he needs, you know. When you are in a position to lead, to help, to be of a servant, you know, then that's what you need to do, right? So that's what, I'm sorry y'all, that's my friend dog in there barking. And that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to be in a servant position to do much. Trying to do what I need to do for each and every one of them, collectively and individually, right? So for Terrence, it's just a little more taxing on me. Because he's gotten this demeanor about him. Like, don't you understand what I'm going through? And I look at him like, baby, I do understand. I understand right where you sitting, right where you standing, because man, I have been there, you know. I'm trying to tread lightly on what it is I divulge about my grandson. Just know that he's been going through, you know. The absence of a parent, whether a parent is deceased or not. Look at me. My mom transitioned when I was 49, and I went into a deep, dark depression, and I had to end up going to a mental hospital, mental facility, and I stayed there for, I'm sorry, Smudge is barking. I stayed there for 3 days, and they ended up putting me on Zoloft. Smudge, knock it off. You know when you a puppy, that little, you want to play all the time. You want to play. So, yeah. I developed some tools that help me adjust and adapt to my new normal, which was my mom not being here, which was me not being able to pick up the phone. And, Mom, you see this on TV? Or, Mom, what you want for your birthday? Mom, what you cook? You know, that was my new norm. That things that came second nature, I was no longer able to do, you know. So, all right, y'all, I had to go in there and settle Wild Kingdom down. The dog want to bark at the cat. He want to bark at Zoki. He a puppy. He want to play. Sav was about to whack him when I went in there. He was running up on Sav. Girl, Sav there, sir. This ain't what you want. I'm just gonna tell you, it ain't gonna work out for you. So, speaking of that, last night when I brought them out, Izoki, while I'm fooling around with Smudge, the puppy, Izoki done dipped off. Girl, I walked around, didn't see him. Walked around again, still didn't see him. So I said, let me just get his leash and because I didn't want him to be out all night. So Sav had came darting out from down here when I was walking. So he was walking behind me. So me and Sav walking with me like a dog. So he walking with me. So we get, this cul-de-sac is like a circle or a horseshoe. So anyway, we get on the other side and Sav stopped. Sav wouldn't walk no more with me. So I'm like, come on, Sav. And this is like 11:30 at night. So I kept walking. Sav was sitting there, then Sav went over to a yard. So I walked down to the corner and I'm calling Sav and he not coming. Good morning. I'm calling Sav and he not coming, so I walked to the corner and I said, well, let me walk back because I was just going to come on around this way and come, to the house. And I said, well, let me go back that way. When I go back that way, there go Izoki. Girl, Sav was like, here he go right here. I'm telling. And Sav did. Sav told on him. Sav would not move until I came back down there. And there go Izoki. So, but I was able to get my 10,000 steps in. So, okay. I got a little more. I think 10,500. But, yeah, back to what I was talking about. It's nothing to be ashamed of with mental health, like what I was saying. Like, I had to deal with my new normal of my mother not being here. Like, I will never see her again on this side, right? And so, and I still get emotional when I think about my mom. It'll be 7 years, December the 3rd. So I gotta, when I look at Terrence, I gotta understand that it's some grace that needs to be there, because I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. A part of me is like, okay, he dealing mentally with his mom not being here. And him and his mom was like this. They were like this. Now, thick as thieves, that was them, When I would call him, I'd be like, where your girlfriend at? Or I call her and I'll be like, where your husband at? And they both, it was just a running joke, so he has taken it very hard. Because he leaned and he supported on his mother for everything, all his life. And, his mom parent different than our parent, Over here, I'm not saying you didn't get no facts with her, but baby, you gonna get some raw, uncut facts over here, And we were having a discussion and I was telling him, men teach men how to be men. You can have, I was talking to Monique yesterday and we were having this conversation, and I'm so grateful for Monique because Monique, I could just call her or she'll call me. When I put that short up, she texts me. I don't know when she texts me because I don't get notifications, but I seen it the next day. Because I don't need no amen corner. I need people that's going to be honest, that's going to be upfront, that's going to help me in my everyday life, So we were talking, and like I was telling her, like, I think part of it is mental, but I think the other part is game. Now, that's just me, because he has a city job. And so he was supposed to go back to work Monday, which is when everything kind of just took a shift. And I, for one, this is me, I, for one, think that part of it is game and part of it is mental. You know what I'm saying? Because he was fine while he was out of work. Fine as fine could be, let me say that. And when it was time for him to go back to work, that's when the shenanigans started, So, I was talking to, because I ended up calling the police. Not that he did anything to me or said anything out the way or aggressive or anything like that. It was, when you know your limitations, right? It's no limitations on God, but it's limitations on me, right? In certain areas, I just have no knowledge of. I can give you my experience, strength, and hope, how it was for me when I was in a situation like that, something similar to it, or what have you. But at the end of the day, a brain surgeon doesn't operate on himself. You understand what I'm saying? So I called the police so they could come and talk to him. And they came and talked to him, and he went to the hospital to get checked out. and he's still gone. So thank God the girls wasn't here for the whole episode, you know. I just feel like if your children need help, no matter what, and in today's society, mental health is so it's not frowned upon like it was back in the days. Like, it's so many resources for mental health, to get help for mental health, right? So, you know, when and as a grandmother, let me say this. Let me say it like this. As a black grandmother, you know, when I made that 911 call, baby, when I tell y'all, I laid that out, because they kept asking me, is he aggressive? Do he have any weapons? Do he have a gun? Is it guns in the house? It was asking me all of that, right? So, y'all know I'm a news girl, so I see what goes on. Especially, they had this one man was having a mental health episode, and he didn't have any clothes on. No clothes on. None. And they killed him, you know. So I made sure I prepped them. I prepped the 911 caller. I prepped the police before they even came in the house, you know. And I told him his demeanor is very calm. He real, you know, laid back. He worked for the city, you know. He's a good kid, you know. He just going through some stuff. He misses mom, and he don't know how to deal with these feelings, you know. Dad has never been a big part of his life, ever, you know. Maybe like 1, 2, 3 up in there, but you know how it be sometimes. You break up with the mama, you break up with the kids, you know. So and his other grandparents, his grandmother and great grandmother, they're both still living on his father's side, and they have been in his life since day one. Day one, when his mother left, he went to stay with his grandmother in Buffalo, you know. So they have always been a huge support, but it's nothing like having that parent, your father, your mother, you know. So he going through some things right now, and it just disheartens me, because I feel so powerless. I feel powerless, you know. I was just thinking of that song, I Cried My Last Cry, yesterday, you know, because I'm coming to you just to let you know where I'm at. You know, this is a Dear Diary series. Every day ain't fun. Every day ain't laughs and giggles, you know. Some days life shows up, and I gotta show up for life, you know. So trying to hold my daughter's hand through this process, you know, trying to allow him to get the help. Hey, Savvy Pooh. Trying to allow him to get the help that he needs, you know. I want to do all I can while I can. That's what I want, you know. And God, like, I got it. You know, it was a comment. It was a comment. It was a comment when I put that short up. And it just really, I'm talking about a comment that night. I did look at the comments. I think I had like 3 comments. And it was one in particular that stood out. And when I read it, I instantly broke down. Because God knows what we're going through. He know already, you know. And it's like, some people may say, well, why do we have to tell God what we're going through, or what we want, or what we need, or whatever the situation is, if he already know? Because he wants you to bring it to him. He wants you to have that faith and that trust in him to bring it to him. Yeah, he know. He wants you to know that he know and that he got you, right? So when she wrote that comment, I read that comment, And
silence the noise in my mind, Lord. Silence the noise.
let's see. It was just so plain, as if God himself was speaking through this young lady. And I thank everybody for all the comments. People left me scriptures. I appreciate that. Well wishes, praying hands. But this one particular comment, I hadn't seen all the other comments. The other comments wasn't even there yet. And it was this lady, Charlene. She said, God is waiting to hear from you, sis. I'm praying for you. And that comment just broke me down because, you know, here I am trying to figure stuff out, trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my grandson, like how I can help my grandson, you know. And it's a song, after you've done all you can, stand, just stand. And like God wanted me to bring that thing to him, no matter if I brought it to him 1,000 times or not. He wanted me to bring that thing to him. And when I read that comment, baby, so thank you. I thank you all for how y'all pour into me, how y'all accept me right where I'm at, you know, good, bad, or indifference. You know I say some stuff on my channel that some people don't readily agree with. I get it, you know. I'm sorry, it's a truck backing up. I get it, you know. I'm just trying to do what I can do according to God and how he sees me and how he views me and what it is he wants me to share with his people, you know. I mean, even something like this, you know, I go through. I don't sit and, you know, sit on my high horse. Now, if you knock their mailbox down, I'm telling. I'm telling. I'm going to tell you the truth. Ooh. I knew you was going to do it. I knew you was going to do it. Girl, he got out the car, out the truck, and ain't said nothing about this mailbox. I'm sitting right here. I seen him hit the mailbox. I knew he was going to hit it. He got a trailer on the back of his truck, and he backed up into their driveway, and their driveway is a short driveway. And when he backed up and came out, I knew that trailer was going to hit that mailbox because that driveway is not wide and it's not long. So I knew he was going to hit it. Bent a pole and everything. He got out the truck because the neighbors is getting some trees removed. And he got out the truck talking about, how you doing today, guys? Oh, you got caught in that storm. He wasn't going to say nothing about that mailbox. But thank God for nosy neighbors. I'm just going to tell you the truth. So, yeah. Girl, I forgot where I was at. What I was saying. I think I was saying something to, you know, how I show up every day however God had me to show up. You know, I'm a grandmother doing this a second time. Oh, you see it? You see it? Yeah. He over there now trying to fix it. I'm telling. They got... nah, he talking about apparently it's been hit a few times. I'm telling that neighbor when she come home. I sure am. Because I think they out of town. They were gone since yesterday. Both the cars. It's a cute little white couple. A guy and a girl. I told you they be doing their garden and stuff outside. Yep, I'm telling. Now y'all can say what y'all want. I don't care. He talking about apparently it's been hit a few times. No, it was standing up straight. Ooh, I wish they was home. Anyway, let me get back to my video. So, yeah, girl, I just, you know, life is what it is, and I have to show up for life, no matter what it is, you know. Some things I don't like, you know. Like I said, my platform is to show you, like, I go through stuff. Look, I'm still a work in progress, but I'm showing you that life is still manageable. Life is still doable. Like, you can make a choice to journey, to venture on, you know. So, I will, of course, I'm going to edit this video. I don't know if, I don't know. I'll see when I edit it, but I did want to come on and talk about mental health. And, you know, it's no shame or embarrassment in mental health. I say it all the time jokingly, like, if you take, if you got a problem, take your medicine as prescribed. And I be saying it in a joking way, but baby, believe me, when I was taking my medicine, I was taking it as prescribed. When I was in that mental hospital, I was taking my medicine as prescribed. So, you know, don't take everything at face value. Like when I say that, it's a joke, but believe me, I've been on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to let you guys know where I'm at. I do have another video that actually should have went up Monday. Did I video Monday? I think I did put a video up Monday. I think it's supposed to went up Tuesday. Look, we rolling every day. I'm gonna give you something, but a video, oh no ma'am, that wasn't gonna happen. You know, one thing I learned with dealing with clinical depression, because I have depression. I don't take medicine for it anymore. Like the therapist said, it was a I always say moment in time, but it was a moment in time. It was a tragic event that caused, because you can be born with mental issues, and then you can have tragic incidents, life events that occur in your life that will take you to a place where you're now diagnosed. So that's what happened to me with my mother transitioning. I couldn't deal. I didn't want to feel. I just didn't want to participate in life. And I was diagnosed with clinical depression. So yeah, I learned some tools to deal with it. I know I can't get in the bed. I know I can't lay on the couch. I know I can't just have a pity party. Woe is me. You know, when my daughter left, you know, I wanted to just not deal, just not participate. I had the kids. I could not. I had to find a way, you know, cry in the bathroom, cry at night, cry when they go to school. I could not, you know, fold. I didn't have that luxury to fold, you know. So, my baby is going to get the help that he needs. I'm so thankful to God. I know that nothing happens by accident. You know, maybe there were underlying issues before his mom even left, you know, because he was diagnosed with social anxiety. So, you know, girl. And I wanted to make this video yesterday, and then I kind of was like, I don't know. And this morning I said, I'm going to go ahead and make it, you know, because actually God told me to go live the other day, but I was too deep in my feelings. And baby, when I tell you, I don't know if I was being disobedient, but I couldn't, you know. That whole video would have been a crying video. And so I've gathered myself, you know, a little, you know. It's just, when you have children and children, they have children, your grandchildren, great-grand, you are forever a mother and a grandmother. And you feel, you want to protect, you want to cover. You want to prevent, you know. And me and that police officer, even after they took Terrence, he didn't go in the police car, he went in the ambulance, went to the hospital. And me and the police officer stood out there talking. And he said, we stood out there probably for about 15, 20 minutes. And we stood out there talking, and he said to me, he said, it doesn't matter what you're saying, because he's not receiving it because you're just grandma, you know. It'd be different if it was coming from a man, you know. And he went on to tell me about his dad and how his dad instilled in him, you know, you got to work, you got to be able to take care of yourself, you know, you got to go to college and I'm not paying for it. So you got to either go to military, get a scholarship or something like that, you know. And he was just saying how, you know, it's different when you're not raised in a household with a strong man, you know, versus being raised by a woman. You can be raised by a woman. He said that, but I'm saying that too. I was telling Monique, my friend Mike, back home, raised by a mother, right? And when I tell you, he grew up and flourished. So I'm not saying that a woman can't raise a productive man, a well-rounded man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the chances are, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, yeah, that's gonna be it, girl. I just wanted to come to y'all and just let y'all know where I am mentally as a grandmother. You know, like all I can do is pray, you know. Because me babying him, coddling him, you know, oh, it's okay. No, that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna further him in his life. I was watching this young man on TikTok, and the young man was saying mental health thought that it had him, but God's word delivered him, you know. And so they doing all this throwing out here. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one, because they clearing the tree out that they tore down yesterday. So that's what all that noise is. So I will see y'all in the next one. I love you. Bye. 30 degrees, way too cold, so call me down. Will I see you at the show tonight? Will I see you at the show tonight? Hey. Truck to the place.